And are you a married man, Mr. Wilson? Do you have a family?
No, I'm a widower. No, I never had any family.
Oh, dear. Sad to hear you say that. The fund, of course, was for the propagation and spread of red-headed men, as well as for their maintenance. In another case, the objection might be fatal. However, I think we've got to stretch a point in favor of a man with such a head of hair as yours. The vacancy has been filled. Now, when would you be free to start upon your new duties?
Oh, well, it is rather awkward, as I do have a business already. What would be the hours?
10 till 2.
Well, the mornings are quiet. Now, I do have an assistant. Yes, that would suit me very well. And the money mentioned, £4 a week.
Correct.
And the work?
Purely nominal.
Yes, well, what do you call purely nominal?
Well, you have to stay in the office, or at least in the building the whole time. If you leave, you forfeit your whole position forever. The will is quite clear on that point.
Oh, I shouldn't dream of leaving.
No excuse will avail, neither sickness, business, nor anything else. Here you will remain, or else lose your billet.
Oh, no, I am quite clear on that point, but what exactly is the work?
It is to copy out the Encyclopedia Britannica. There is the first volume. You will supply the ink, paper, and pen. We will supply this desk and chair. Now, would you be free to start next Monday morning?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Then, once again, my congratulations, Mr. Jabez Wilson, on the most important position you've been fortunate enough to gain. Wonderful head of hair. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson.
Well done, Mr. Wilson. Well done indeed.
This is the quickest way out, sir.
Oh, no. This way.
Congratulations.
When I got home, the whole thing seemed, on reflection, to be quite ridiculous.
Quite. Who would make such an extraordinary will?
Not a very generous millionaire to make you buy your own pen, ink, and paper.
Well, exactly, Mr. Holmes. I soon persuaded myself it was some great hoax or fraud. Then when Monday morning came along, it did seem stupid to turn down a good job, so, off I went and bought a penny bottle of ink and a pen and 7 sheets of foolscap paper, and, I set off for Pope's Court.
Mr. Wilson, and welcome on this stroll of air.
Well, to my surprise and delight, everything was as right as possible. The table was set out ready for me, and Mr. Duncan Ross was there to see I got fairly to work. My employment had truly begun. The schedule never varied. My work started at 10 o'clock and ended at 2 o'clock, with a small break for my lunch at 12:30. Every Saturday at 2 o'clock, Mr. Ross would come in and give me my money, compliment me upon the amount that I'd written, and then we'd both leave. Mr. Ross locking the door after me. Artichokes, I find, were simply fascinating, you know. They have a kind of bloom on them. But Hannibal, I've also thought was A, but it was H after all. I thought that was very interesting.
Good morning.
Oh, the work was very interesting. Our abacus, abbey, architecture, Acts of the Apostles, adulteration, anatomy, apes, aqueducts. After 8 weeks, I'd fairly dealt with the letter A and was hoping with diligence to get on to B, when suddenly this morning the whole business came to an end. I went to my work as usual, but the door was shut and locked with a little square of cardboard hammered onto the middle panel. Oh, excuse me. Have you seen Mr. Duncan Ross this morning?
Ross? Ross? Never heard of a gentleman of that name, sir. And my memory's good. It's very good. It's infallible for names.
Ah, the gentleman at number 7.
Ah, the gentleman who is red-headed.
Yes,
yes. Gone.
Gone?
Mr. William Morris, solicitor using my room as a temporary convenience until his new premises were ready. Moved out yesterday. Paid in full. Doesn't owe a penny.
William Morris, where can I find him?
At his new offices. William Morris, 17 King Edward Street. Near St. Paul's.
Oh, thank you. I don't see there's anything very funny about it. If all you can do is laugh at me, well, I can go elsewhere.
No, Mr. Wilson, please sit down. I wouldn't miss this case for the world. It is most refreshingly unusual.
I was so incensed at the fraudulent deceit that I came straight to you, sir. Having heard of your great reputation for helping poor people in distress.
Oh, Mr. Wilson, forgive me.
You know, Mr. Wilson, I really don't think that you've got any great grievance against this extraordinary league. On the contrary, you've been very well paid, to say nothing of the detailed knowledge which you've acquired on every subject under the letter A.
Yes, but what's the object of them playing this prank on me? That's what I want to know.
This assistant of yours, how long has he been with you?
Well, about 3 months.
How did he come?
With the answer to an advertisement.
Was he the only applicant?
No, I had 12 others.
Why did you pick him?
Well, he was handy and would come cheap.
At half wages, in fact.
Yes.
What's he like? This Vincent Spaulding?
Oh, well, he's tall, he's slightly built. He's very quick in his ways. He's got no hair on his face. He's got a white splash of acid on his forehead.
Have you ever observed whether his ears have been pierced for earrings?
Yes. Yeah, he told me a gypsy had done it for him when he was a lad. Yes.
He is still with you?
Yes. Yeah, I would have just left him.
Mr. Wilson. You will be at your shop if I should need you.
Well, I had thought of shutting up shop at dinner time today because Vincent had suggested I spend the rest of the weekend with my sister in Barking. This whole business has upset my nerves very much.
Well, you enjoy a restful weekend in Bath.
Today is Saturday. By Monday, we should have a conclusion for you.
In the matter of your fee.
Don't worry about that. I believe it will be paid for by another.
Good day to you, Mr. Wilson.
What do you make of it all, Watson?
I make nothing of it. It's a most mysterious business.
And yet there are graver issues hanging from this affair than at first sight appear.
What are you going to do?
To smoke. It is quite a three-pipe problem, and I beg that you won't speak to me for 50 minutes.
The business of the Red-Headed League is concluded, sir.
Satisfactorily, I trust.
Most satisfactorily, Professor. I'm pleased to report.
Good.
Come, Watson. Excuse me. Can you tell me the way to the Strand from here?
Third right, fourth left.
Thank you.
Holmes? Holmes, I could have told you that.
No doubt, Watson.
What is it? And why did you beat the pavement with your stick?
Watson, we are spies in an enemy's territory. Hobby of mine to have an exact knowledge of London. Now, there is Mortimer's, the tobacconist.
The little newspaper shop? Coburg branch of the City and Suburban Bank?
McFarlane's carriage building depot, and the vegetarian restaurant around the corner. Watson, commit to memory. It is just possible that we're being observed.